Alright, yo, welcome back to Off the Henny. I'm here with my boy Jared. We're here discussing today, talking about Avengers Infinity War, releasing April 27th. I'm hyped for it. I already got my tickets. Me and him both be seeing it April 26th, though, because you already know we have to be the first ones to see it automatically.
Yeah, so, nobody waiting for some shit. I refuse to be like the one that's like on Snapchat just scrolling through and then somebody tells me what happens. So I definitely have to see it before everybody else sees it. So that's why we definitely going to be there April 26th.
Exactly, and just so like people know, I might be giving out spoilers that night, so you better block me on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. You better not have me, because I will ruin the movie for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be a petty person. I'm going to direct message bitches I don't like. Like, if we have problems, I'm going to direct message you, yo, this person dies.
But yeah, this is what it's all been leading up to, though. We've been waiting for this moment ever since the first Iron Man back in 2008, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is what it's all been leading up to. All the Marvel movies, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, Hulk. It's all been leading up to this moment. And we finally get to know the final fate of the Avengers in Avengers Infinity War Part 1. So we got some theories about what we think is going to happen and what we think has going on for the next Avengers movie, which is releasing next year. So
speculation, everybody. This is it. We don't work for Marvel. We don't work for Disney. We don't work for nobody. We don't have the inside scoop. We're just giving you what we believe is going to happen. We're giving you our opinion. We're giving our speculation. So Don't throw no fire shade at us.
Yeah, a lot of people been giving theories about what they think is gonna happen in the next Avengers Infinity War. So we just want to give our insight about what we believe is gonna happen. Like such as characters who they think is gonna cut off, the characters who we think is gonna live in the next one, and what's the route for the next Avengers, and Marvel Phase 4, what we think is gonna happen. So basically, let's start off with characters dying. Obviously, this is the biggest thing that people were mostly interested in, is who is the Marvel Universe, who they're going to cut off, like who's going to live, who's going to die. This is what we mainly want to know is going to happen in the Avengers Infinity War. And so some theories that I have, like for instance, like I would say like people that are like safe, I would definitely say are like characters such as Black Panther. Because Black Panther, it just released, it came out this year, they had such a great hit with it. So I don't really see, them killing all Black Panthers, because he's such a famous character. On top of that too, like they made a blockbuster hit out of it. It was such a success.
Blockbuster, bro. Oh my boy Chadwick. All you gotta do is just show Black Panther how much they made in the box office. He's like, yeah, you're good for next year.
Exactly.
You're good for the next few.
Exactly. So I really don't see them cutting off Black Panther like that. Like I don't see the reason why they would kill him. Like they wouldn't do that. So I think that Black Panther is safe. Another group I think is safe. I would say the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're definitely safe, except for Drax.
Why him?
Drax, as we know in the Avengers movie, he is the most reckless one out of all of them in Guardians of the Galaxy. We already know how he had his vengeance and to kill Thanos, because first off, it was when Ronan had killed his family, so he went to kill them. So he said that Thanos was next.
Yeah, and then he said Thanos, but I don't know. I kind of feel like he's gotten past that immaturity part. Like I feel like that after like the first and the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I feel like he knows that he still wants that vengeance for like his whole family and what's happened, but like I think he's moved kind of past that. It's like he's trying to work with the team now. Well, the Guardians of the Galaxy team, not as yet for the.
Here's the crazy part about that though. They released a spoiler. Not really. I want to say a spoiler, but they released a script in the movie about with Drax, and it was the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they see Thanos, and Drax yells out his name, and he's charging for him. That's it. That's all they show of the script. So they don't release that much information. Like I said, Drax.
Of course they're not. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I said out of all of them, Drax is he's like, you never know what he's gonna do too, because he's hot tempered, he's hot headed. Obviously he's gonna he's just gonna lash out, especially when he sees Thanos. He's not gonna listen to anyone in his group. He's not gonna listen to Star-Lord. He's not gonna listen to Groot, obviously, who's just gonna keep saying I am Groot. He's not listening to Rocket Raccoon. He's not listening to Gamora.
Groot got some bars. I don't know what you talking about.
Groot got some bars.
Groot be talking about some wise shit, nigga.
No one knows what he's saying. Like, we don't understand. Us as the people in the audience, we don't understand what he's saying. We're just only assuming what he's saying just because we're going based off of what the characters say back to him, and they understand it somehow. But like I said, out of all of them, I can see Drax. He's definitely taking the boot. I definitely see him dying because he's too reckless. He's hot tempered. He is, Drax is definitely one of them that I say is gonna die.
I think Drax is safe in my book.
got Drax is safe.
Because I got to think of it as in one part. I got to think of it as in the story. What character would make sense as story progression, and then I also got to think of it Marvel as in what part of it is the business side. Like Black Panther, on the business side, you just know it can't happen because Black Panther's made so much money that Marvel's not going to get rid of that character. Drax and the Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like they still want to keep cashing in money on that squad, so I don't know if they're going to break up the team of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't see them breaking it up because people like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They make good money, and so I can't really see them breaking up that core. Possibly, I really just can't see it. The only people that I can see is people that have been there for a long time since the beginning, and I think some people know where I'm getting to.
Exactly, we're gonna get there.
They've been there for like since the beginning. They've already had like their 3 or 4 movies. They've already been in the Avengers, for like all the Avenger movies, and they've already kind of cashed in on that character. So it would also make sense, the story progression, because they've been there since the beginning, and they can move the story forward, but also because they've already kind of cashed out all the money they can get from that character. So we'll talk about those characters a little bit later.
Exactly. That brings me up to my next character, Spider-Man. So when
he's safe, bro. You can't.
So when Spider-Man Homecoming came out, they did a great job with Spider-Man. And like I said, people like Black Panther and Spider-Man, they're already basically cashed out, and they're making sequels for next year. But I want to get into more discussion about that later on, though. So Spider-Man, that's another one that I want to get the discussion about. But we see in the trailer that Spider-Man's on the floor and he's apologizing to Tony Stark, and we're curious, what is he apologizing for? Because he says, "I'm sorry." So we're just curious, what is he sorry for? Like, is he sorry that he couldn't beat Thanos? Is he sorry that he let he let Tony Stark down? And we also see after that part that Tony Stark was holding a hand, and people they question if that's Spider-Man's hand or if that's his own hand that he's holding, though. So that's actually a very curious thing that I want to
Spider-Man, you're good.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man that might be
good.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man is good. Now, another one to get into is Doctor Strange. So, Doctor Strange, to be honest, like I don't know about Doctor Strange though. Like, we saw that scene. Saw that scene good, though.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. We did see that one scene though in the trailer where when he got spikes in his body and he's screaming.
He's one of the newer characters. I'm saying, like, it just wouldn't make sense to just bring in Doctor Strange and then kill him off. Like, they like story progression and business wise, like it just doesn't make any sense to kill him off. So I still see Doctor Strange staying. Doctor Strange are good. They're trying to trick us in that trailer. They're trying to trick us, but they're not.
They could be. Another one is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, we already know that
kill him if you want.
We already know that the Ant-Man and the Wasp, we already know they have a movie coming out after this Avengers Infinity War, but we don't know up to what extent. We obviously know that this event in Ant-Man and the Wasp is obviously, before Avengers Infinity War, because we're not going to go from, Thanos wiping out everybody to, Ant-Man and the Wasp, their adventures and what's going on, obviously. So this has to be, before anything that happened in Infinity War. So another person is Scarlet Witch.
Nah, she's cool. She's good.
You think Scarlet Witch might be safe?
She's safe. Just because of the story, I know her and Vision have a thing going on, and just because Vision is part of this like a hunt, because he has one of the Infinity Stones, I feel like they wouldn't get rid of her. I don't know. I'm really not. I can't really say for story progression. I say business side, I really don't see much for her to keep her. But for story wise, I think she still has more story to tell into the future. I feel like she could play a bigger role as the Marvel universe expands. So I kind of see her being safe there. So I really don't. I don't see them getting rid of her.
That's true. And another one we have, upcoming Bucky Barnes, as we saw in, spoiler alert, if you didn't see Black Panther, we see him at the end of Black Panther, And
if you haven't seen that shit, just go see it.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see it, like, stop. You're fronting on yourselves.
This is, the so-called broken white boy that Sherry was talking about at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Bucky, I think, is, I don't know. I feel like Nah, he's
Here's the
probably
thing.
safe. He's
I
probably
say
safe.
I say Bucky Barnes is safe, and that's gonna lead into what I have to say afterwards. But I think for now, Bucky's safe. Now here's a big one: Thor. People are on the fence about Thor living and dying. And to be honest,
he's
there's a 50.
safe.
I think there's a
He's safe,
50-50 with Thor living and dying. Though, to be honest, though,
He's
and I
safe.
don't know why. Like I just have this thing where it's like you can kill off Thor, and then again, it's like I don't know. I could just see him.
Nah,
like,
bro. I don't know. I think he's safe.
It's a 50-50 with me with Thor. You know, there's a punch in the gut. Like you just didn't see it happen.
Yeah, like
and that's what the Marvel universe would do too.
If they did do it, I'll be like, wow,
exactly.
that's crazy. But I just don't.
And I feel like with Avengers Infinity War, I feel like they want to do that. I feel like they want to give us that punch in the gut. And it's like, oh my gosh, that really just hit me that you just killed off this character. I feel like they want to do that for this one, which is what I'm gonna lead into when we talk about coming up next year. So Black Widow.
Okay.
See, like the people. Here's the thing: like the people like Black Widow, Falcon, War Machine, Hawkeye. Well,
Yo,
I want to put them all.
those-
I want to put them all in the same category. With the fact that like I can see them dying, just because like they're the little people, and
Honestly,
no one really cares.
I'm down with them dying. Like I feel like
He said, "I'm down with
like-
them dying."
like maybe except like you subtract Black Widow.
Yeah, maybe let's subtract Black Widow.
But the rest of them,
yeah,
they could serve like, all right, like we could kill them off, and you would help the team because like that would be a traumatic moment for the team. But also, you're not getting much. Like even with those characters, they're like the B characters. You're not getting much out of them.
that is true.
And it's like you would serve the audience because the audience would be attached. Like, wow, oh my God, somebody from the team really died. But it's also you're not really losing one of the main hitters of the team.
Exactly.
So any one of those four,
it's like yeah,
shoot,
sorry.
I can see it happening.
Damn, I'd be upset though. Black Widow dies though. I feel like, damn.
Yo, Scarlett Johansson.
Exactly. I'm gonna be like, oh man. I'll be like, out of all them, why? Here's another one. Here's a good one. Hulk.
Nope, he's good.
You sure?
Yep, I'm sure.
I don't know. A lot of people talk about Hulk dying.
Nah, he's good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hulk, as you know.
Put 100 on it. Put 100 on it. On the comments, who got bets? Put 100 on it.
Nah, like a lot of people got Hulk, like I don't know. Like people got Hulk living, and the thing is, Hulk is known for never-ending strength. Like like he doesn't get tired.
Hulk,
like the more he gets mad, the stronger he gets.
Is the Hulk like we've already went through so many Hulks that I can't see them changing and going for another Hulk.
To be honest, if Thanos like somehow ends up killing the Hulk, then I would just say it's kind of just donezo for most of the team, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's the heavy hitter right there. So.
Exactly. Here's one: Nebula.
She's dying.
His daughter. I can definitely see her
die.
dying. I can definitely see her dying. No ifs, ands, or buts. Next one: Vision.
Vision. There's a whole bunch
Vision.
of ways like you could think of that. Like
Vision has to die. First off, he's one of the main people that has the Infinity Stone, and we already know Thanos' main goal is to collect every single Infinity Stone, and Vision is basically living from the Infinity Stone. So, in order for Thanos to collect all of them, Vision has to die. Vision dead.
I don't know if he's gonna like be dead, but Infinity Stone Vision is definitely dead. Vision without an Infinity Stone, I don't know how they would go with that route or anything, but Vision with the Infinity Stone, yeah, I don't see it happening. I think he's finito.
Here's another one. What is it? Heimdall?
I think we may see him die in like the beginning of the story.
That is true. To be honest, like it's one of those things where it's like I have a feeling the movie's gonna open up and something happens with him, like he dies.
Let him die, let Idris Elba do some other shit,
Exactly. Here's another one. Loki, dead.
Yeah, I can see Loki dying.
Loki.
I would actually want Loki to die. I feel like not even because like he's been he's been on that. Oh, I'm trying to be good. Then he does something bad.
He's had it coming though.
But like I think just like Loki, I feel like what we saw with Thor Ragnarok. I feel like Loki would be a good person to let die, and especially like maybe early to midway in the movie, because it would. And then I would actually want Loki to actually go off on like a good thing. Because I feel like that's what they've been setting up, that Loki wants to do good, but he's just been presented with opportunities and the way his life has went, that, he just keeps going onto this bad side. But I think from the last Thor movie, I think Loki, I can see Loki going out with a bang. Like,
it's funny too because they had this theory too. So you see in the trailer when you see that Thanos is basically crushing Thor's head, but people believe that he's not actually crushing his head, but he's just letting him watch his brother die. and that Thanos is actually just picking Thor up and just showing him that his brother is dying in front of him because they believe that Loki has one of the Infinity Stones, and that
he does have one of the Infinity Stones.
Exactly. So they believe that Thanos is getting it from Loki, and Loki is gonna give it to Thanos, even though Thor doesn't. Thor is not trying to allow it though, but it's gonna show Thanos killing Loki, and Thanos is basically has Thor's head in his hand and grasping it to show that his brother is dying. So the main one we have here, Captain America.
We're getting into the heavy hitters now.
Captain America.
I could definitely see dying.
That is one to bring into discussion with Bucky. So I believe Captain America is going to die, and that Bucky becomes the new Captain America because that is what they had set up for a while. We've always heard these rumors about how Captain America was supposed to die in Civil War, right? We heard it. We thought that Captain America Civil War was going to take the way, go the same road as the comics, but obviously it didn't. It took a different route. Captain America lived, obviously. So this is the movie where I think we see Captain America takes the boot finally. And on top of that, he's getting to the ending of his contract. So, more better way to go out than, have him die. Now, it is said that these characters, like most of them, they have a contract left to do the next Avengers movie. So that's what I also want to go in discussion about when I want to bring up the fact that they said the next Avengers movie was going to be a time travel movie, but I'm going to wait until we get to the last person, which is Iron Man. Now, everybody says that Iron Man is going to die. Everybody has Iron Man dying. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know if y'all have something against Iron Man. Like,
I don't know. Like, so you see, from story progression, I think I see more of Captain America dying. Like, I feel like they could go. I feel like the story would be a little more impactful if Captain America. That's just my opinion. Some people could see Iron Man, but I could totally see Iron Man like. I don't know. I'm kind of a little sour about this. I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. go, but if they did go that route and did kill off Iron Man, I think that would be so powerful that I think it kind of does make sense to me. Because, like we said, this is the 10th year of the anniversary, all starting off with the first Iron Man. We know Robert Downey Jr., his contract. I don't know whether they've done more re-signing of his contract or not, but as of yet, I don't think they've had another contract for him. So the little breadcrumbs are there. Like you could smell the mist of a stench of this nigga may die. But
here's the thing that I have with this movie right now, because we've seen some footages and some clips from the next Avengers movie, right? And it shows a scene where it's the Avengers when they were in their old uniforms back in the first Avengers movie, when it first started. So they're saying that the second Avengers movie is going to be a time travel movie, which is why these people they have these people dying off, and that they're going back in time to get the Avengers, which is why you see Captain America's old uniform, you see Thor in his old uniform, you see Iron Man back in the original suit that he was wearing in the first Avengers though, which is why they was talking about how this is probably going to be a time travel movie. Like some people said that they believe that Iron Man is supposed to be the one time traveling though. But I don't know how he's going to be the one time traveling if obviously he's dead. So I'm curious who's going to be the person that's time traveling, because there's a lot of speculations that the next one is going to be a time travel movie, just because of the simple fact that you see Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor in the original suit that they was wearing back in the first Avengers. Would make sense, because if Iron Man and Captain America and Thor dies, it would make sense that they're going back in time to get them originally from the first Avengers. That way they can help them, figure out how to kill Thanos now. So they bring them back from the first Avengers, and now you're bringing it back, to Infinity War to try and kill Thanos in the second one, which is why,
I don't know how much I'm gonna buy into that one though.
I don't know, because it's like there's a reason why we have to see them back in the first, their first original suit that they was wearing in the first Avengers. But because a lot of speculations also said that Shuri is supposed to be replacing Tony Stark as the new Iron Man because of the gadget she replaced too.
I'm not gonna believe all that.
They said that too. It was like Shuri is gonna be the new Iron Man.
Nah, there's no definition.
If you look at it, think of all the technology and the gear and the suit that she created for T'Challa.
Okay.
It's basically almost better than what Iron Man has created because of the technology and the stuff that they have over there.
We're not discussing this, yo. I don't know how much I believe into all that, but
there has to be a reason why we see footage though of them wearing the original suits back in the first Avengers though, and a lot of speculations are really saying that the next Avengers movie is going to be, you know, them going back in time. Now here's the second theory that I've had. I told you my theories about who I think is gonna live and, you know, who I think is gonna survive. But here's just my other part of my brain thinking. In Avengers Infinity War, this dude Thanos collects all the Infinity Stones. Thanos wipes them all out. Everybody dies.
I don't see that happening.
Everybody dies.
No.
Everybody gets wiped out. It's over. The whole
We actually got a bet
squad-
right. We actually got a bet right now. And if 70% of the Avengers die in this movie,
I'll get $20.
he gets $20. Which is, I know I'm getting my $20 because there ain't no way they're killing 70 or more percent. So I think I got myself a solid $20. But our opinions are only one part of it. We want to hear your opinions because your opinions matter the most. So anybody right now, go down in the comments, post what you think is going to happen in the next Infinity Wars movie. We're going to try and do like a post video about maybe a spoiler-free video after we see the movie because, as I said, we're going to be seeing it, you know, a day. We're going to be seeing it comes out the 26th.
Yeah, we're going to.
Comes out the 27th. We're going to see it the
try
26th.
yep.
So we're going to try and make a video afterwards about, you know, what after Infinity Wars and where we see it going from there. But again, we want to know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments. If you like the video, please put a like on the video. If you like our content, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bells for future videos. But after all that, this is our opinions. This is speculation. But all we have to say is stay off the Henny.